What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review of Power Raising Kanan, Season 3, Episode 6, Into the Darkness. Y'all know I'm a day late. I had guests here. They're gone now. I was able to sit down and watch it. I did not like this episode. I did not like this episode, and I didn't like it for a few reasons. One, it was dark. This was the episode to me that kind of not really gave prophecy, but foretold what was to come. This was the episode that was the beginning to the downfall of everybody that Kanan knows and the rise of Kanan. That's what this episode was for me. Unique is pretty much dismissed like he didn't even fucking matter to anybody. It's been a week, child. One whole week that he's been missing. And ain't nobody worried about him but Pranessa. She shows up at Rock's front door, got her little thumper on her, or his thumper, and like, hey, where he at? She banging on the door like the police. Rock wouldn't answer this. She like, where he at? What you do with him? I know you did something to him. I went over to the tailor shop. It's all fucked up. He ain't there. Something happened to him. He ain't came home in a week. He checks on his son. He always checks on his son. And Rock first was like, you know what? I ain't did nothing to him. I ain't did nothing to him. But as she realized what's been said, she like, hold up. You ain't about this life. You don't want no parts of this. You ain't finna pull this trigger on me. But Rock still got to maintain her love, her image, her boss up image, you know. So she kind of take Pranessa down and take the gun from her. And then tell her, look, the only reason I ain't killing you right now is because I know he cared about you. Okay, that's the only reason why I ain't taking you out. Now, she didn't admit that she was sleeping with him. She just admitted that, you know, she cool with him. Or she kind of admitted she cool with him. Because if he was your mortal enemy, and Pranessa has always thought that they were enemies, why would she care who Unique care about? Okay? But in that moment, that's all Pranessa cared about was whether or not he was alive and did Rock have anything to do with it. So Rock suggests, well, what about Ronnie? What Ronnie's saying? And she was like, Ronnie ain't saying much of nothing like he normally do. So Rock made the implication that Ronnie was the one that hurt Unique. And she's like, nah, they brothers. They wouldn't do that. She was like, yeah, he would. The relationships between brothers change. Brothers' relationships change all the time. And she was kind of, in a way, talking about her relationship that she have with Lou. She talking about Kanan's relationship with Famous. Like I said last episode, bonds have been broken. Okay, yes, I know y'all, Unique is dead. It's been a while now. I done grieved. I'm getting through it. I really wish that they had threw a funeral for him or something. Maybe a body gonna turn up later on, but he down in the landfill. Ain't nobody looking in that landfill. Ain't nobody looking at that landfill. They just dumping more shit down there, and his body is probably likely never to be discovered. His stank gonna be covered up by the stank of the landfill. We probably gonna never, ever see it. Ever. So anywho, child. It's my cousin. Hold on for a second, y'all. It's my cousin. Let me see if I can see it. Oh, I can't see the message. What was the message? How do I get back to my messages? Un momento, por favor. Hey, I just talked to my coaches and they will be calling corporate in the morning. Why would they be calling corporate? For sure, because I think they tried to scam us. So we're definitely working on it. We're not going to let them do that. You aren't the first person with this issue. Oh, I'll call her back and let her know. I talked to somebody already. Okay. Check it. So, I forgot where I was at. Sorry. That was important for me to look at what my cousin was talking about because we was having a conversation earlier. Okay. So, yeah, for sure. He down there. He dead. He ain't coming back. They ain't gonna have no obituary for him. No nothing. Ain't nobody. And Ronnie, you know, he making it seem to everybody that Unique on vacation. I'm saying, I've been gone away all these years and I'm back now. He just needs a little vacation. He taking a vacation. He'll be back. You know, that's how Ronnie is making it seem, right? Ronnie is at the crib, collected all of Unique's jewelry. Vanessa come in and she's like, what the fuck is going on? And, you know, of course, Ronnie don't say no words, and she run up on him like, hey, Unique, when he get back, he gonna want his shit. You know, Ronnie rough her up. You know, I think he shove her up by the neck, he push her down, everything. I think in that moment, that's when Vanessa realized, yeah, this nigga done kill Unique. I think in that moment, because the look on her face like, oh, it's not far-fetched, because if he putting his hands on me, Unique must be really dead, and he know Unique dead. Because ain't no way Unique would allow him to put his hands on me. That's what Vanessa's thinking right now. Okay. Ronnie out here off the chain with it this episode. He's off the chain with it. What's her name? Jukebox. Jukebox is with her group, right? Also, another reason why I didn't like this episode. There was a lot going on, but it seemed like everybody's stories was happening very isolated from each other. They all had little links, you know, they had them all the little crash moments where they connected, but it seemed so far-fetched from each other. And I'm believing that this whole connection with Juke and her group is all going to fall apart because of Marvin. And not necessarily because Marvin is a bad dad or he's overbearing and he's injects when she doesn't want him to. Not for that. It's that all of Marvin's past is going to catch up and it's going to bite Juke in the ass. That's what's going to happen with this group, okay? Okay, so she having this rehearsal with the group and the dancing, and you know, Marvin think that she should be the Beyonce to the Destiny Child. She should be the Diana Ross to the Supremes. That's how he feel about his daughter, like any parent would, right? But he's voicing this in front of the rest of the girls, which of course builds animosity. Crystal ain't having it. What's her name? They said the damn manager's name, and Nakia. She understand what the fuck Crystal was saying, as far as like Crystal's animosity, because there's not one person that has stepped out to be the lead in this group. She wants all of them to have an opportunity to shine and see which one of them can be the leader, and none of them is doing that, right? So even though the record label that came there to listen to them is thinking, oh, you know what, they got some potential, she said they're not ready yet, so they ain't finna move forward with this yet. Now Gerald is out here with Marvin. They are spending a lot of quality time together. And Gerald finally agrees, you know what? I should go ahead and do this piece on your daughter. I kept calling it the struggle piece. And I think Miss Honey corrected me and told me what it was called. I can't think of what it is again now because I still keep calling it a struggle piece. Rags to Riches story. That's what it is. A Rags to Riches story on Jukebox. But now he's trying to coin it as a human interest story. And with the human interest story, he said he wants to know where she came from, how she got to this point, this, that, and the third. And he started digging into Marvin. He wants to know about Marvin and who he is as a father and how, you know, who Marvin is helps shape who Juke is, which he really don't want to know the real Marvin. He really don't. But while he's out here talking about this, some dude roll up that apparently used to see them back in the club. I can't remember if he was one of the people that was at the club before. Remember the club that Symphony was working at, that Tony was, yeah. He would say he used to be there all the time, and he used to see him and Tony hooking up all the time. And he's like, yeah, don't you remember me? Don't you remember me? And Marvin's like, I don't know you, dude. He don't know him. He don't know Tony. He kept calling her Tony Deep. I could have sworn her last name was something else. But anyway, he kept calling her Tony Deep. And Gerald is like, who is Tony Deep? Sound like a porn star name, right? And Marvin is like, sound like somebody whose name I don't even know. I don't know her. Of course, Gerald, being the journalist that he is going to investigate that shit. And it's going to come back and it's going to bite Marvin in the ass, which is going to bite Juke in the ass, which we seen later on in the episode. Y'all know I'm not going to go in order, but here we go. Later on in the episode, because Epps, he's going around now still having to deal with the FBI team. They steady questioning him about different people on the streets. And And he for some reason I'm not getting why he not getting. They are watching him. That he is on their radar for sure, right? He thinks it's like a badge of honor that everybody is coming to him for all the information. So since there's now an opening on narcotics, he asked the captain to switch him over to narcotics team so that way he could be more in the know. The captain's like, fine, this will get you away from the whole Burke scandal and this, that, and the other. So I'll make some phone calls and see if that's going to happen for you, right? Well, at the end of the episode, what was his name? Tanner. Tanner decides to come up and he's asking Epps about, do he know who this particular person is? And he's like, yeah, he's like a little low time distributor at this time. He always ended some mess, but he ain't really nobody what's up. We look and we see it's Marvin. And Tanner says something about, well, he was once tied to a cocaine operation. Remember, that's the operation that Tony was going to testify on. And the witness ended up dead up in Westchester. The person who killed her happened to be Sal Bocelli's son, Marco. We know that Marco is dead too. He said it don't take no brain scientist to put all this together. She was going to testify against him. The person that put the hit out on her was the Italians. All these Italians ending up dead. We already got them with the link to Rock Thomas, and now we got her brother. Now, he didn't specifically say that this was Rock's brother when he presented it to Epps, but he was like, what you know? Epps, they watching you, fool. They watching you. And you told Rock that you wasn't going to come to her beck and call no more. But then later on the episode, Rock call you up, go meet you out in bumfuck East or some goddamn word. And you having a conversation with her about what's going on with Unique. Well, no, there's no official story on Unique, right? The police ain't really investigating. But what they can say, that motherfucker dead. They found a pipe inside the tailor shop that was blood and it's everything, teeth and everything all over the place. And we saw the pipe that had bone and hair fragments on it. They could take those bone and hair fragments and identify that it was Unique. But again, there's no body. Okay. There should have been fingerprints on the pipe from Ronnie. Ronnie just got out of jail. They should be able to pinpoint that on Ronnie. But since they don't really give a damn about Unique, and Unique is off the streets, it would make sense. But Epps say, Rock, what's going on? You scared? You think they're coming after you next? First Dean, now Unique, you think you next? That wasn't really her concern, but that should be concern tying all them motherfuckers together. Because if they look, they're going to find out that Unique was in jail with Sal Bocelli's son, which was Marco. That's another link, another tie to them. And everybody know Dean was a distributor for all of them. It's going to be easy to figure out. Epps, you're going down, baby. You're going down. Because you got too much connection. If he finding all this shit out, I'm quite sure he's going to find out that you are Kanan's daddy. He going to find that shit out. Epps is going down. Marvin is going down. Who else is going down? Lou. I'm going down. Do 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 do. Lou is going down. You know, for the past couple episodes, he's been up on a little higher, elevating himself a little bit higher, getting off the sauce. You know what I'm saying, like that. And all it took was his sister to come up in the spot and trigger his ass. All it took was Rock to bring her motherfucking ass in there and to trigger him. Now, he started the episode off with him working with Fame, okay? Remember I told you last episode that Fame didn't do bad on the stage, right? Well, he got Fame and her laying down the track. And Fame is actually telling a story about how he shot Freddie. Okay. And he going through it. You see his PTSD is happening. He telling Lou, I ain't even be able to sleep. I can't even get through my rhyme. And I ain't got to write this shit down. I ain't got to think about it. It's just coming to me. And Lou was like, you need to get that shit out, dog. Them demons going to eat you up. You got to get them off your chest. If you don't, they're going to swallow you whole, right? So the best thing to do is to get it out. Spit your shit, homie, right? So Fame and I did his little rhyme. It wasn't a bad little rhyme, but it was really slow and somber. This whole episode, the entire soundtrack was somber as hell, because you know this is the turning point, the demise of everybody who was on the rise. This is it right here. I've been saying, I think every episode, this is the downfall right here. This is the beginning to the end. Well, we already saw the beginning to the end for Lou and Rock's relationship, but this is everybody's individual end, starting right here. In this episode, everybody's stepping into the darkness in this particular episode right here, including Kanan. Even though it appears he's on the rise, he's stepping into the darkness, baby. Into the darkness, okay? And somehow I got off Jukebox. I'll get back to Jukebox in a minute. Anywho, Lou, like I said, he's in here with Famous, and Famous is going through all these emotions about getting this record out. And Lou is trying to tell him, just get that shit out on paper. He still ain't asking him, what exactly are you talking about? Famous just want to tell somebody. Even though Kanan told him, don't ever say that shit again. Don't ever speak that you the one that killed Freddie. Don't ever say it again. Let it come out your mouth. Famous wants to tell somebody. He wants to tell Lou. Okay? But Lou trying to give him general advice, because Lou is actually talking to himself. Okay? The only way you're going to get to your demons is if you speak on it yourself. And when Rock came into the doggone club, pretending like she was there for support and love, she only did that shit because Kanan checked her ass. Okay, let me go back for a minute. So Jukebox, after she got through her audition, her rehearsal, the next day, because Marvin is trying to rebuild his relationship with his daughter. He's trying to get the daddy in right. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying this is like such a pivotal moment. Why I think Miss Honey keeps saying in her episode that she is like really worried for Marvin. I couldn't understand why. Now I feel it. I sense it, because everything he's trying to do shit more right than wrong. At least in regards to Juke. Okay. And I think her losing him is probably going to be what's catapulted her back to a life of, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to just take whatever because the world is taking so much from me. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen in this particular case. I'm like, what else can they throw at Jukebox, right? She got her acceptance letter from the military saying that she passed her test. She's eligible to go in. So now she just has to make a decision on what she's going to do. She keeps that letter hidden from Marvin, though. That's probably how she ended up in D.C. You know, go through the military, get out the military, and most time people in the military stay in the last place they were stationed, especially if you're trying to get away from home anyway. So that's probably how she ended up in D.C. We'll see. But yeah, we see Juke contemplating on what she needs to do with her life. You know, her relationship with Marvin is still new to her too. You know, he asking her like, let me know what I'm doing wrong. I'm gonna need your help in this fathering and stuff. She like, so you asking me to help you to be my dad? You know what I'm saying? She a kid herself. They put so much responsibility and so much weight onto Jukebox. It's just alarming. She has never been allowed, it seems, to be an actual child. You know what I'm saying? Because she got to be this hard little thug ass little girl. But she see everything. She peep everything. You know what I'm saying? Marvin. Oh. I'm really sad about Marvin too. Now I'm thinking about it. You know, Marvin goes over there to check on Rock to see how she doing. You know, her place is getting flooded and everything. He even go with Rock when she has her meeting with Tony Danza a little later. He trying to do right. He trying to do better than before is what Marvin, where he's at. I've always liked Marvin as a character. He's becoming a more likable character to the fans, at least, you know what I'm saying? But Lou, after Rock came in there and triggered him, You know, of course, he puts the blame on who he is as a man because he was following everything that she said do. He wasn't brave enough or man enough to say no to her. He just did her will, her bidding. So she made him the person that he is, which she's not going to take responsibility for that. She like, we grown now, so we got to be responsible for our own choices. But Rock, you doing the same thing with Kanan that you did to your brother Lou. You just don't want to acknowledge it. Kanan will not be that little hard-headed boy that he is today if it wasn't for his mama putting him into the game. Twice. Because he was supposed to be out, and then he brought him back in. Even though he was still doing his own little thing, brought him back in. Now he don't want to listen. He challenging your every move. He know you're lying about everything. He done try to kill his own daddy for you. You know, it's a lot that he's doing. He's being forced to be a man as well. And when Famous finally get home from recording with Lou, you know, he comes to the house. Kanan is pissed. He got packages that need to get out. And there's nobody taking phone calls. Nobody answering the calls to get these orders ran. And Famous is supposed to be helping him run his business. And Famous ain't nowhere to be found. So he come in and they get into a little argument about where the fuck you been. He was like, I was in the studio. You know, I was talking to, putting down my track. And not only is what's going on with the Freddie situation going on in Famous's head, what's keeping him stressed, what makes him not sleep at night. The fact that Rock was the one that put the gun on Kanan and he ain't told his best friend, his brother, that's been weighing on him too. So he finally confessed it. He like Lou said, you need to get that shit out. You need to speak on it. Speak to your demons in order for them to go away. So he wanted to tell Kanan what happened. Look, your mama's the one who planted the gun on you. And Kanan like, how the fuck you know? He's like, I was there. And he was like, well, I know that you ain't got no loyalty to nobody but money, so I'm quite sure she paid your ass off. I mean, she did, but it wasn't like he asked for the money. You know, she threw it at him and walked away. Told him, shut the fuck up. Your mama's a scary ass woman. She's a killer. And Kanan tried to tell him, look, I am too. You should be scared of me too. Matter of fact, Kanan put Famous out of his own house. Told him, you got 5 minutes to pack your shit and get out. How you putting me out my own shit? Now he homeless again. That's that brotherhood that's gone. That brotherhood. The bonds that can be broken and Rock was talking to Pernisha about. Just because we say we brothers don't mean that we brothers for life. And that's basically what Lou was telling Rock too. You can get your shit and go. I don't need your support or your love. Because it ain't genuine. You only love me when you want something for me. When you want me to do your dirty work, that's when you love me. Fuck you and feed your grits. Fuck Rock. Okay? Fuck Rock. And that's the same thing Kanan basically was telling her too. Fuck you. You almost took my livelihood away from me by planting this motherfucking gun on me. And she said, I only did it because I love you. I only did it because I love you. I only did it because I love you. And Kanan like, you don't love me. This is how you show your love. I don't even think you're capable of love. I don't think you know what love is. He said, look what you did to your brother. Now that's the only reason why she went over there to talk to Lou, is because Kanan made that statement. Look what you did to your brother. And she's like, no, what's going on with me and my brother is different. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Okay, so the social worker came by the house. You know, Kanan happened to be there. She overheard the argument just a little bit, but she didn't hear exactly what they was talking about. Whatever Kanan said to her, it wasn't nothing nice towards Rock, but it was enough that the social worker made her believe that Rock is doing what's right for Kanan, trying to keep him in line and keep him in check. So as far as right now, he good to go in that book. She gonna come back and pop up on him another time, but ain't no worries that she got to pass on to the court at this particular time. But it's about to be some worries, child. It's about to be some worries because Kanan is on the roll. Kanan is on the motherfucking roll. Okay? While he outside getting his little rollers together, Paul rolls up on him like, hey, I ain't got nobody for me. We already had this discussion before. We done talked about this before. I need my bikers to be working on my routes. I was loaning them to you. But the bikers now like to make some money. They like to get some little dough in their pocket. You know, ain't nobody quitting like they used to. So they ain't giving a damn about Paul. You know, Kanan had to go in there and talk to them. Be like, look, just go do this favor for me and go and hit him up, and I'll make sure y'all straight when y'all come back. While he's like doling out tasks and locations for them to do, Ronnie is standing there. You know, Ronnie is always in the mix somewhere. He's standing in the background looking like a duck. He walks up, and Kanan no longer shows fear when it comes to Ronnie. He's like, what the fuck this nigga want? That's basically where he at right now, right? And Ronnie's like, he invited him to his party that he was throwing. And it was some other stuff said, but the main thing was he was inviting him to this party. Kanan was like, I ain't finna go no damn party with you. It's like, yes, you do. You going. Because there's some people that want to meet you. This is a place that you need to be at, because this is where everybody need to be at, okay? You need to be where I'm telling you to go to, so bring your ass through. Rock, like I said, she's dealing with all this different stuff going on with the being a landlord, like pipes busting, the cops harassing her, things like that, right? And she realized that she trying to change who she is to be this perfect mother for Kanan, this perfect, now she ain't trying to be a perfect sister for Luke, but she trying to present herself as a different type of person. You know, she says when she got out the game, she really meant that shit. She didn't believe it when she said it, but she trying to be somebody that she's not. She's good at what she does. I got the drip going on. I got a rinse in my hair right now. She's good at what she does, so she need to get back to being who she is. So her and Marvin go over to meet Tony Danza, and they tell Tony, look here, whatever unique started with you, I want in on it. I want to take that over. And since Tony already heard the news that his name is Stefano on the show. He already heard the news that Unique is possibly dead. He heard it from the police department as well. At first, he's like, I'm a little skeptical with you, because for 1 minute you're in, 1 minute you're out, 1 minute you're in, 1 minute you're out. And then Marvin let him know, look here, when you wanted my sister to take out Sam, then you was depending on her. You trusted her to end. So he's like, okay, you right. Let's go ahead. I'm going to let you go on a little test drive. Do what you got to do. So I guess she going to take over the Chinese food spot. Which, since Ronnie already know about that spot, how is that going to work? It's going to be a meeting. It's going to be Clash of Titans. It's going to be Clash of Titans. So Tony Danza agreed to let Rock on a little test run, but he tell her, okay, now that you back in, there's only one way out. We all know that's death. That's the only way you getting out the game. This right here is the beginning of Rock's demise. Somber music, violins playing. Prayers and sorrows. This right here, stepping back into the game, and now she's not going back into the game that she knew. He was dealing with heroin, so now she's going to elevate her game to be dealing with heroin as well. This ain't gonna be good for Rock. That was her warning. Your best man, Marvin, is about to be taken down by the police. He about to be taken down by the FBI. You ain't gonna have nobody there on your side. Your son already on your side. He already told you he feel the way about you that your brother feel about you. And he know that Lou can't stand your motherfucking ass right now. So you ain't got your son on your side. You ain't got Lou on your side. And Marvin is about to go. Unique is dead. And everybody else I heard in the game don't give a fuck about Rock. This right here about to be her demise, child. Getting back in the business, about to be her demise. And she dealing with heroin. Who else dealing with heroin? Ronnie. Ronnie done cashed in all the Unique jewelry and shit. And then went over there to Cleopatra Jones, I know that damn name, Juliana's house, and said that he want to deal with her. She gonna be his distributor. She gonna leave out her brother, her cousin, the Colombian. She gonna leave him out of the game, and she gonna give Ronnie heroin to deal. Right Now, the party that Ronnie is having, why the fuck, all of a sudden Ronnie got friends? We knew that Ronnie went around to Snaps and Pop and talked to them, but everybody else was kind of shutting the door on him. Now we got a goo gang of motherfuckers up in the club. About 15 different ballers from 15 different sets. All here in the club together. None of them could put Ronnie on. None of them. But now all here, we here together as a fucking conglomerate. Then we inviting this 16-year-old in on. They're going to use the 16-year-old's connection and resources to build their empire, heroin empire on. And at first, Kanan was like, no, I ain't finna be involved in that shit. I work for myself. And they like, nah, here, little nigga. We about making some money. Some real money. We got a better product. There's something that's easy to move. Ain't that little nickel and dime ass shit that you're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? And Kanan going to let them know, look here, I work for myself. I don't really work for my motherfucking mama. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with her. And when Ronnie said fuck Rock, that made Kanan feel kind of good. What you mean fuck Rock? You know, he set up like, what you say? He didn't look at him and know like, wait, like, don't be talking about my motherfucking mama like that. He's like, you don't like her ass either. And then when he said fuck Rock, then Snap said fuck Rock too. Did Pop say fuck Rock? Everybody was on the fuck Rock shit. So he like, oh, these my motherfucking people. They got to take a little gangland picture together. You know, all the thugs up in the club. And Kanan up there with them. Like, I'm about it. You see Ronnie standing in the back of the picture like, hilarious. One thing I like about Juke, okay, because he brought Juke and Aisha to this doggone party, right? When Juke was like, saw Ronnie, she said, we at this nigga party? Ain't you got a brother missing or some shit like that? You ain't mourning for him? What the fuck you doing? Okay? And Ronnie, surprisingly, didn't snap back at Juke. You know, he usually got quick words for everybody. He just, like, turn this conversation back to Kanan, like, look her, got some people that want to meet you. This, that, and other. And so Snaps and Pop walk up, they introduce themselves, and like he like, oh my God, like he's seen royalty. I know who you are, this, that, and other, right? And he started talking about how good his business doing. He been hearing about Ronnie. Ronnie been telling him about his business. And Juke like, what business is that? Because she didn't know that Kanan was out there slanging like he's slanging, okay? She didn't know he was running his own little empire. I'm saying, that's why I keep trying to understand, how was Kanan and Juke supposed to be these best buds and they lives really unconnected? Since season 1, their lives really haven't been connected. She's supposed to keep an eye out for Kanan, but they got their own friends. They do their own thing. Juke ain't stole shit since the girlfriend, you know. But she was out here hustling and stealing on her own. Kanan wasn't involved in that. And as Kanan has grew and evolved and turned into this person that his mama helped create, Juke is none the wiser. But now she understands what Rock was saying. When Rock was like, what's going on with Kanan? What he out there doing? And Juke realized that she really don't know what he doing. And Juke sees everything. She peeped all the hustlers in the club. Their Lil Ray Ray, their Man, their Chop, their Pookie Ray. All them up here, all them thugsters. Everybody up in the club. It's their song. Okay? Come on and get your dance on. Who else was up in the club dancing? Our girl Keisha Charmaine. Okay, now there's 2 girls I saw on screen that I thought was Keisha. There was one I kept seeing. I was like, that's Keisha right there. That's Keisha right there. And Keisha had sent me a link. Or she had sent me a timestamp in the video in Instagram, but it disappeared. So I guess it was in her stories. You know, stories only last for about 24 hours. I went back to try to get the timestamp and it was gone. I was like, damn it, so I don't know which one was her. She had the silver crop top on and she had the pink jacket on. But either way, it was going. She was dancing. She was in the club dancing. And if it was the girl in the silver crop top, I saw her 4 times. If it was the girl in the pink, I think I seen her 3. And if it wasn't either one of them, girl, I gotta go back and look again. Where's my water? If it wasn't either one of them, I gotta go back and look again and figure out, find them. I'm gonna find you. So, right now, we got Marvin being looked at by the FBI. We got Gerald finna look into Marvin and Tony Deep to figure out what's the story behind that. We got Rock, who trying to find out what's really going down with Unique, but not really. She ain't trying to make herself sing. She'll take over his business in the meantime. Get back to who the person she was. Start slanging and banging all over again, right? She finna get back to that. But she's getting in the bed with Stefano, and it's not a good look. He done warned her. This is gonna be either you gonna do what you need to do, or your life gonna be taken. That's basically what he told her. And she's bringing Marvin along for the ride. But Marvin got his own problems because, like I said, the FBI is looking at him. Juke seemingly is on the rise with her career, but she has a decision to make on whether or not she's going to go into the military. And, and as she's trying to build this bond with her daddy, she don't realize that everything's going to be taken away from her. Just like that. It's going to be taken away from her. Kanan, done kicked out his best friend. Kicked his best friend out of his own crib, you know what I'm saying? As he built his empire. And now he's in bed with some of the darkest criminals that we've seen on the show. One just being Ronnie, just being in the bed with him. And Ronnie's got into bed with Juliana. Okay. But he's made this connection with all these big time gangsters that don't give a fuck about his mama. And now he's dealing heroin as well. Just like his mama. So now his mama is one of his biggest competitors. If she do it and she flip it the same way that she thinks she can, or the same way that she did the cocaine in the crack business, they're gonna clash. There's gonna come a time that heads are gonna crash. Lou, or Famous. I don't know what's going on with Famous at this particular time. He's, like I said, he wrote that track, and the track is usually very telling. He might have just sealed his own grave by talking about that murder, because he kind of like, the way he described it in the song was exactly what happened with Freddie. And if they listen the same way they listen to the Block Me the Body, if they listen to that, they gonna tie Fame together with the murder of Freddie, which is gonna bring Fame down as well. Marvin, Epps, they watching you, baby. Howard, they watching you. They using you for information to see how connected you are to these people, and they're gonna connect those dots. Just how easy it was for them to connect the dots between Marvin and Sal up in Westchester. They're going to connect the dot between Marvin and Rock. And then they connect the dot between Rock and Kanan. And then you and Kanan being his daddy. The fact that Snaps and Pop brought up DEFCON, talking about you look just like your daddy, that already made me say the idea about Kanan's daddy is going to come up again. And it's going to be Tanner that's going to bring that shit up. Lou, after Rock left out of that doggone club, he fell off the wagon. Like I said, she triggered the fuck out of him. He started drinking, child. Drowning his sorrows, trying to run away from his demons at the bottom of that bottle. That's what he was doing, child. And we seen him drive over to this neighborhood. He all sauced up. He fucked up. He's a horrible drunk. Fucked up, just be swaying and shit, you know what I'm saying? And then we see him sitting there running his mouth about who killed Scrap. Earlier in the episode, we saw him hallucinating that he saw Scrap. He feels responsible for Scrap's death, even though he didn't pull the trigger. He felt responsible for it. He always felt responsible for D-Wiz. Remember when he was locked up, he was seeing D-Wiz and Scrap sitting there together. So he feels very responsible for that. He said he could have stepped in. He could have stopped it, but he didn't. And then we looked and we see it's Scrap Mama that he telling this to. It's Scrap's mama that he's telling this to. Now remember, Scrap's mama was already an informant. She could go one or two ways with this. She could try to handle this on her own, like a G in the streets. Okay? Because she wasn't scared of Rock. But she did wonder why the fuck Rock ain't never did nothing in regards to her son. She always was feeling some kind of way about the fact that Rock did not try to find out who killed her son. You know, just throw him away like he was yesterday's news. That's how she felt about Rock. So she on the fuck Rock tip too, right? But for some reason, as Lou's sitting here confessing and pouring out his heart and crying, and you know, we get the reveal of who she is, because first she had her face covered, then we get her face uncovered, and he's like, I'm responsible for your son being dead. You know what I'm saying? And we saw full frontal, it was Scrap's mama. I thought she was finna pull out a thumper right then and kill Lou right then. That's what I thought was finna happen. I was like, oh my God, we finna lose Lou too this season? First Unique and then Lou? That's what I thought. Y'all better not tell me that shit. Don't put nothing in the motherfucking comment section about what the fuck is gonna happen. I don't give a damn how many times that 50 Cent leak his episodes. I don't want to hear about it. Okay? Let me watch and be surprised. God doggone it. But that's how I was feeling. That we was finna lose Lou too in his doggone episode. I think we gonna lose Lou this season. We haven't lost nobody from the family. You know what I'm saying? Since season 1. I still think that nobody from the family, you know. Kenya wasn't family. Not for me, she wasn't. I think I kicked my mic. I apologize. Child, yeah, that's how the episode went off. Lou sitting there confessing, releasing those demons, getting it out. You know, he was playing early in the studio, playing the track that he wrote for what's that boy named Famous, for his song. And he was in his feelings. He was in his fifis. And he had been questioning himself, how did he become the man that he was? You know, how did he allow himself to be Rock's lackey? He need to get back to who he was, or he think he should be, and letting that shit out is the only way to do it. So either the Scrap Mama gonna go to the peoples and snitch or inform, or she gonna take out Lou or Rock, one of the two. Or she gonna attempt to take out Rock. We got a whole nother season though. They already been renewed for season 4, child. They already been renewed for season 4. That has been the end of this episode. I think I may have missed some things. Y'all let me know down in the comment section. Put it down there. Put it down there. Let's discuss. And yeah, I need to go back again and see which one was Keisha Sharmaine. I took pictures of the girls who I thought it was. I was like in front of my TV, like snap. We'll see. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Peace.